Food is nutrition, but more importantly, it expresses our culture. If we begin to abandon our food, we are not just abandoning one commodity. We are abandoning our entire culture.
Okay, Baba, on the book, you also, I think you wrote that you were traveling to Kenya on one of the airplanes. Then you said you were so embarrassed because the food that they were serving was foreign food.
Yes, yes.
So can you say, do us as Africans, do we have a food identity in terms of if someone walks, let's say from Asia and comes here, Matopo, can they identify that this food is here pinned with the history of Matopos?
No, the African is a disaster. The African is a disaster. People are talking about globalization. One thing that we do know, there will be nothing that Africans will contribute to a global culture. In terms of food, they will not. The least adopted cuisine in this world is African food.
Yeah, yes,
because
true.
It's despised, the people themselves are despised, and the Africans are the worst culprits. They fly aircraft, but they don't save their Ischwala. They don't save. Go, whether it's Kenyan Airways, Malawian Airways,
South African Airways,
whatever. They are ashamed of themselves, ashamed of their food. And that is a disaster for Africa. If you don't embrace your own food, why do you want foreigners to embrace your food?
Yeah, it would be difficult.
You should be the first people to embrace your food. Then others will say, let's try out. He seems to be enjoying. Let's try.
Yes.
But we are so afraid because we associate umkangla and other traditional cuisines with the primitivity.
Yes.
We think to eat those things, you are displaying your primitivity.
Yes.
There is nothing more disastrous. That's why I say the African is a disaster. And you must accept that.
Kenyan people who live in Korea, or just like people from Kenya who live in Korea, listen up. So I guess I should start with, hi, I'm Hani, nice to meet you. I grew up in Kenya and basically lived there my whole life. And right now, I am really craving Kenyan food. There are like 2 Ethiopian restaurants and like there are many other restaurants, but it is impossible to find a Kenyan restaurant. So if anyone would like to link up and like cook together and eat together, that would be really nice.
Trying Kenyan food for the first time today. We're in San Diego today trying flavors of East Africa. Today I'm having their oxtail, Ugali, which is a Kenyan cornmeal, and dingu, which is lentils. This has been around here for around 10 years. I'm gonna try the lentil first. Oh my god. This is like a hardened piece of like grits basically, and I love grits. Lentils are buttery, creamy, so much curry. I'm gonna get a piece of oxtail. The oxtail is so tender here. Look at that. Oh, solid. Coconut rice, jerk chicken, and some eggplant. Well, there's so much depth in this jerk chicken. Sweet molassesy taste, and then this is the eggplant. Oh, it's good.
This is ugali. It's very typical in Kenya and it's similar to fufu, but it's not fufu. Today I'm going to try ugali for the first time. I was told to ball it up like this in my hand. Ugali reminded me a lot of masa, which is used for tortillas. And once I tried it, I was hooked. It was so good. This is my plate where I had fish, chapati, some local greens, and the ugali.
Guys, we're starting with a dish called chips mayai. It's also known as the African pizza. Let's dive in. This is actually very nice. It's basically an omelette with chips in it. Take a bite. Take a bite. Okay, so next we have maharage with spinach and cabbage. Did I say that? This is basically like a bean stew. Chapati and maharage. Let's try some of the spinach. Crunchy. Let's try some of the cabbage. I don't even need meat. Because cabbage has a bit of like a curry taste to it. And so right here we have Nyama Choma and samaki. Let's dive in. So it's beef and fish. I'm starting with the beef. It's so soft. Let's try the fish. Apparently this is like a coconut fish. East African ocean basket. I've never tasted fish like this in my whole life. They say they made it with coconut and so on, but there's so many different flavors. They're like, how do you describe it, bro? This fish, 10 out of 10 on the fish.
Forced my Nigerian friend to try Kenyan food for the first time.
No.
1. Maboga Nargali.
Rabbit spinach with it. Yeah. Better than fufu, right? Chapati, try chapati. Just eat it, yeah.
3. Hala Kenyan Jello.
Better than jollof, huh?
No, not better than jollof.
No.
It was so good he had to get seconds.
Hakuna Matata. It means no worry. This is the menu right here. What's today's special? Okay, I'll go for the fish. It comes with ugali and sukuma, blackcurrant Fanta, water of course. Alright guys, the food is here. We got the fish. We got the fish with some soup and some cabbage and traditional ugali. You take the ugali, you break ugali, and you roll into a ball like this, like that. And you use your thumb, press like that in the middle, make a little dent in the middle, and then you scoop like that.
New foods I tried in Kenya. Mbuzi fry with mashed potatoes. Passion fruit Fanta. So much Pilau rice. Kenyan sausage and chips. Kenyan chai with tons of milk. Chapati. Even more chapati. This passion fruit cocktail. Too much Tusker cider. Marl cooked beans. Matambo cow intestine. Ugali maize. Fried egg. Cabbage stir fry. Seal of approval. Nyama Choma. Barbecued meat. Matok. Swahili fish curry. Bari iskukaris with camel meat.
There was no way I was going to be in Kenya without having some street food. So we hit the street and we went to have some mahindi choma, that is grilled corn. But they have their grilled corn with some lemon and some pili, which is chilies. It was really, really nice and delicious. Another very popular street food in Kenya is smoky paswa and maya paswa. Maya paswa is basically boiled eggs split in the middle and then some kachumbari is added. Kachumbari is a very popular salad in Kenya. And this is smoky paswa. It's basically a hot dog with kachumbari put in the middle as well. Then we set off to look for some Nyama Choma, that is goat's meat. But we saw some blood sausage. And of course, I had to try it for the culture. I was nervous, but it wasn't so bad. Again, more kachumbari. They eat everything with kachumbari here. And I was having some hot broth here, which is very common in Kenya. Finally, we found Nyama Choma, which is barbecued goat meat. You cannot come to Kenya without eating Nyama Choma. Along with Nyama Choma, we had some mukimo, some ugali, some managu, some fries, and of course, more kachumbari. Guys, this is how you eat it. So you have some ugali, then you have some goat meat. You're also going to have some managu, and then of course, some kachumbari. It's actually a handful, and at the end of it, you're going to have a mouthful. I enjoyed it so much, I just kept eating. All the flavors worked beautifully together. At the end of the day, we packed up all the excess because we're not going to waste it, of course. Kenya, Asante Sana.
So my friend from the Mestre, Shuaib, he made me some Kenyan food. This is chapati and mchuzi, or chapati and mchuzi, one of them. But it's Kenyan food and I'm about to tear it up. Food, first time. Meat. Bismillah.
It's good.
Ooh, alright, stop it.
Let me try.
Bro, this bread is fire. Bro, Shuaib is a chef. Hey, Kenyan food? It's up there. This bread right here, y'all. This bread right here, y'all. La howla. Kenya, hello. This bread, y'all on to something. Oh my god. Y'all mad?
Hard-boiled egg. He opens it, he cuts it in half, and then he adds tomato and he adds a few other ingredients, right? Cracking the egg. Take off that shell. He never uses his hands. I mean, he's like purely spoon, right? The whole thing. Look at that, beautiful. I love the tomatoes, man. It smells so good. Now he's gonna add some salt.
This one is for you because that's chili, so it's hot for you.
It's hot? You think it's hot?
Yeah.
I'll be the judge.
All right.
It's like, what is that, tamarind? It's a tamarind, no? Hard-boiled egg. Got some tomato in there, some onions. He also added a few different sauces, but he added chili for me. Okay, wow. The hole in your mouth.
Yes, you cannot put half like twice. You see, you made it.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
My Kenyan friend visited me the other day, and she made ugali and meat stew with vegetables. She said ugali is one of their main dishes. I tried it, and it was delicious. Ugali is made from white maize, and you eat it with hands.
Today we are trying Nyama Choma, the unofficial national dish of Kenya. So Nyama Choma is barbecued goat meat, and the most authentic place to try it is straight from a local butchery. We ended up at this butchery in Ngong town kind of by accident, but it was filled with a bunch of Kenyan guys with plates full of choma, so we figured it was going to be good. First they invited us inside to pick out our piece of meat, and then they popped it right on the grill to get crispy. In the meantime, they took us to the back and washed our hands while we waited, and then our food arrived and they sliced it up right in front of us. This spot also served the choma with Ugali, which is a meal made out of corn flour, and this butchery actually referred to it as the Kenyan cake, which I really like. My friend Kebo tried to teach me the proper way to eat ugali, but y'all are gonna have to tell me how I did. Y'all, this was so freaking good. The meat was so tender and juicy and perfectly fatty, and yep, that's me realizing I have ugali in my hair. Between the two of us, we finished this entire platter of choma, and of course it wouldn't be a meal in Kenya without ending with a toothpick, right?
I'm a complete newbie in Nairobi, so today I'm gonna ask a local where I can get some good food. Let's go. How do you say bon appetit?
Bon appetit. Jibambe.
Jibambe. I like that. Jibambe. Jibambe.
So you roll it like this. Then you put a spoon.
And then you scoop it up.
Scoop it up with it.
I'll get it.
You'll get a whole of it.
Hot, like comfort food. And it definitely will fill you up.
What's your money?
3 things that taste better here in Kenya than they do in Brazil. First one, it's corn maize. After trying the Kenyan one, I realized that the Brazilian one is kind of artificial. I don't know. The Kenyan one is so much better. Number 2, pineapples. Here they are sweeter and juicy. I just love it. Number 3, instant coffee, and this brand specifically, it doesn't make sense to me because I checked the label, the coffee comes from Brazil, but here it simply tastes better. I don't know how to explain this, but here it's better.
Alright, so right here we have the best barbecue in East Africa.
Yeah.
This is Egyptian, right?
The best of the best.
The best of the best. This is so good, look at that.
Yeah.
The charred,
This is the boneless. Chicken boneless.
Oh, no. Yeah. Chicken tikka, right?
Yeah.
And then we have
chicken boneless.
And that's miskak, right? Dude, I think I have to eat a miskak. This is the best miskak. So this is like small beef kebabs, right here. Is it okay if I get one?
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Boy, keep it hot.
0707. Still hot. So good.
Yeah.
They throw tamarind on this as well.
Very nice. 7-9.
We'll try local Kenyan food today.
Here we go!
Skinner's is famous for beef. We want to eat Ugali.
What is this?
Yahoo!
It is our first time to eat Ugali, so we asked about how we can eat.
We are visiting my husband's absolute favorite place in the world. It's called Kibarichia. It's here in Meru, Kenya. And my favorite part is this green mokimo. It's like potato mixed with stinging nettle. It's this plant that stings you.
アフリカのケニアのナイロビにいるんですけどね、これからケニアの伝統的なね料理をね食べていきたいと思います。What's the name of the fish?
Tilapia.
Tilapia?
Yeah.
Oh, small.
This is cabbage.
Cabbage.
African nightshade. It's called African nightshade.
African nightshade. There you go. Oh yes. So good.
South Africans trying Kenyan snacks and drinks part 1.
So they have these all over town, so you can get it. I think it's 100, no, it's 50 shillings per cup, small cup.
Okay,
And yeah,
let's try it. Cheers.
cheers.
It smells gingery.
Mm.
No, this is not sugarcane juice. This is ginger juice.
No, it's not. Actually, how it's made.
It tastes like ginger.
South Africans trying Kenyan food as snacks.
Mandazi.
Part 2.
First things first, it's mandazi.
Consistency is giving guinya.
It's giving magwinya or a flat. It gives me flat puff vibes.
Which is magwinya.
Which is magwinya. Nice and sweet.
Taste testing exotic snacks in Kenya, part 2. First off, we're gonna start with these urban bites. I don't know what these are, but they were everywhere. They look very well seasoned. Oh my god, yo, look at this. Hey, yo, Bismillah. Oh my, yo, these taste like the beef ramen noodle pack. You know what? I'm not mad at it. I'll give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we got this Fanta black currant. I have no idea what flavor this is, but yo, it's Fanta, so can't be that bad. Bismillah, let's go. I have no idea what black currant is. Oh my gosh, this hits. 9 out of 10. Yeah, this one's amazing. And last but not least, Afia strawberry energy drink. I got this because I was dead tired, but yeah, I low-key just need the energy and I want to see what it tastes like. Bismillah, let's go. Tastes like candy, yes sir. 8 out of 10, this is good as well.
If there was any advice I could give to a foreigner about Kenya, it would be, do not think you can outdrink a Kenyan. Now, I was in between Canada and Kenya, so I don't believe I have this trait. But when I only lived in Kenya, I had this trait. I don't know if it's like a genetic gene, environmental, something, I don't know. But Kenyans drink alcohol like it's water. You will give a Kenyan a whole whiskey bottle. I promise you they'll drink it like it's water. If you ask a Kenyan to drink with you, just prepare to die. Just prepare. Call up the graveyard and book your site right away, because that's where you're gonna end up. That or the next day you'll wish you were in the grave. Kenyans were raised different. Most Kenyans I know have started drinking at a very young age. So when I tell you they're invincible when it comes to drinking, just believe me. I've traveled a lot, but I've never seen anyone drink like a Kenyan. If you have a death wish, challenge a Kenyan to a drinking competition.
You have to, baby. You have to try. You're in Kenya. That's the whole point. The soup, it's not gross. It's very delicious.
I see the eyes.
Honey, try it. You're gonna love it.
disgusting.
He's missing out on good stuff.
That's so gross. That's not.